Well, that was a good little intro. Y'all ain't hear the intro to this because we was over here reminiscing and shit, but you already know what time it is, man. It's TKC presents Sicko Mode. You already know the most honest AEW Dynamite reviews. I'm Evan L.G. Francis, your host, aka Mr. Go to Work, aka King Francis, Richmond, California, pro wrestling champion. I'm never by myself. I'm never solo dolo. I'm never alone. I'm always here with the co-host with the most, the mother frickin' executive advisor of the TKC, of the Kingpin Collective, educator, producer, director, wrestling encyclopedia for the most part. My brother Xavier Lascano. How you doing?
I'm good. I'm good.
Ready to lock in and get this done?
Oh, hell yeah. Absolutely.
All right, man. So here we go. We are officially a few days away from Dynasty for AEW. This is going to be a big pay-per-view. Big one.
Oh, yes.
And they gave us, I feel like, a solid show with Dynamite, which is the go-home.
Oh, yeah.
For this Sunday. So, give me your quick opinion before we dive in. What
you know what? I thought this was a solid show. There was maybe fewer matches than I thought there were going to be, but you know what? At the end of the day, each match held quality.
Yeah.
Really, really good.
That's why I don't feel like we're gonna have the longest show this time,
yeah.
right? Because it was a pretty quick show. Mm-hmm. But as you were saying,
and and the segments were all good too. I love to see the stories carry into this week, and kind of like end off on a sweet crescendo, we're waiting for that end point, which is this Sunday.
Yeah, right? Sunday looks like it's going to be a really well. AEW always delivers on the pay-per-view front anyway.
Yes,
but I really feel like this show's going to be really good.
I agree.
Yeah, and there's a few factors that we'll talk about as we go in. But why don't we go ahead and just jump in and see what's going on?
Man, you want to talk about the jump off?
The jump off.
Oh my gosh. I was unfamiliar with this faction, but what starts off... Yeah.
Okay.
And because they haven't been there all year, you know what I mean? On AEW TV.
New Japan thing.
You know? Mm-hmm. But oh my God. Will Ospreay... is in the parking lot, basically just going at it with Jon Moxley. Mm. And we're thinking, all right, he's done this before. He's going to get jumps. He's going to get his butt whooped or whatever. But in the midst of the battle, these other gentlemen show up and they're wearing these solid suits and ties, and you're taking off their jackets and they're going to work.
Yeah. Straight to it, too.
And
straight to it.
Alex Windsor is with these gentlemen, goes right after Marina Shafir. Just, big old brawl that spirals out into the ring. These guys just put a whooping on the Death Riders. Yeah. Beat their asses.
Yeah.
Fun
little brawl segment.
What's weird is we'll get into it later, the overall of it, but no, it was definitely a great opening segment.
Agreed. And it leads into basically what our main event will be, correct?
Yes.
Yeah.
Ospreay makes the announcement that it's going to be his team versus their team. He took Homeboy's advice and was like, I decided to operate smarter, so I brought my team in.
Yeah. It's
going to be complete chaos tonight. Main event.
There you go.
Bam. Setting it off.
And we'll get to that because that was a very, very, very good match.
So, next up, after this wonderful segment, we've got, if I'm not mistaken, Willow Nightingale versus
Queen Aminata.
Is that the first match? Yeah, that's the first match, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, TBS Championship on
and
the line.
This match was really... It was nice to see Aminata back. She had the tape, around her upper, was it left shoulder?
Left shoulder.
Yep. To remind us all that she's, coming... And she is literally coming off of an injury. And honestly, high-spirited... the commentators talk about how she made it a point to say that she really wanted to make a statement that she still is that one.
Mm-hmm.
And I gotta say, like, she came in with a fire.
Okay.
Like, just Willow looked like she was surprised herself. Just sold it really well. That like, Queen Amanada came with that intensity. Like early on, just like snapmare, get her out of the ring, freaking, shove, and then like she gets answered with the pounce. Like it was crazy.
It was crazy.
She did her signature. She managed to get her signature maneuver, which not her finisher, but like one of her signatures, where she like wraps her feet around her opponent's neck and then brings them right into. It's like these pelvic sort of.
I have no problem
like,
with that move. I truly appreciate Amanada. I truly appreciate Amanada straight up. I'm glad to see her back. The crazy thing about, wrestling is that these injuries can happen at any time, and it can stall some momentum. And I felt like at the time Amanada was getting some momentum.
Oh yeah,
and she was being featured on TV on a
regular
basis, and she was doing really well, making really good accountings for herself. And so it's good to see her not lose a step. Just as physical as she was.
Mm-hmm.
And I love her. I love her combination of like speed and hard hitting. Even that boot that she does that from the bottom rope when she got that running boot from just looks killer. You know what I'm saying?
Flawless.
No, this was really fun. Willow obviously gets the win, right?
Yes.
But
interestingly enough, like I'm surprised that Willow was unable to like lift her all the way up for the power bomb. Like she kind of I guess you don't really need to because it was still a safe landing. But I was like, is it ring rust? Did Amanada stiff her, or do you think like or do you think that like Willow's just playing it off like she's super tired, she's worn out after this match?
It could have been one or the other, but or it could have been both. You know what I'm saying? Like, but it's forgivable. Like I said, it's Amanada's first one in how long?
In months, yeah.
And it's not like it was super noticeable to where it was like a clear ass botch or anything like that. We can write it off to like, either or of those things. But I overall, I thought this was a really good match. I thought it was a really good showing for Amanada, her being back. And her being back also strengthens the women's division even more, right? It's just another building block. And this was good. This was very good. And Willow's been a solid champion. It's gonna be interesting to see what her next couple moves is. It's gonna be interesting. But it looks like they're going with Sheeta again. Or like, because
she was waiting in the wings with the kendo
stick. watching from the crowd and all that. And I'm not mad at that. I've always loved Hikaru Shida. Even I think she's a 3-time women's champion.
Yep.
2 or 3-time women's champion. So like she's always had the pedigree, and anytime you
impressive
her,
resume.
Of course, so when you put her in anything, it's like it's some serious shit. So, and the thing is, like, if she's going heel and shit, I wouldn't be against her actually taking the belt off Willow if they're gonna do it. But they have to. What I need from them is I need some development on Sheeta's end of where we're actually going. I just don't actually need her to be in the stands every week. I need her to say some shit. I need there to be some character development here. Just like what we did with Jericho, which we'll get to in a little bit, right? Like either do something new or you can bring back the classics, but we'll get back to that.
I am a little curious in regards to, if she's, I guess my question is, what are they going to do with Rousey? They going to send her after the world belt or the TBS belt?
I don't know if so. Okay, so here's where I stand on the Ronda Rousey thing. I think that it's either a one-off. It was either a one-off
appearance,
that's to promote her fight, right?
Okay.
Or we're gonna get back to this a month or so from now, after the fight's over.
Okay.
But if she's coming back, I either see her doing something with the women's championship or doing something with Marina.
That would make more like a tag team with Marina.
Like a tag team with them. Like,
man, that would be a dope pairing.
Yeah, no, they just give them the titles. Just give them the tag titles. Yeah. If you look at it like that, you can put Bane and Cross in a dominant run for a few more months, and then move on to that and have Ronda and Marina be the ones to take the belts off them, and it would be totally believable. But it needs to be a dominant run for Marina and Lena first. You get what I'm saying? But,
hell yes. Yeah,
that's where I'm at with that. But overall, what'd you rate the match?
Man, I give it let's see. Let me think about this.
Can I go? I'm gonna go ahead.
You go first.
I'll give it a 4.1. So I enjoyed it. I thought it was good. I thought it was a good return match for Aminata. Was it like mind blowing or anything? No, but it was very solid. It was very good, and you can tell that Aminata's just getting back, and that they can go a couple more notches on this. So I'd love to revisit this later.
Same.
But for now, 4.1 for me.
I'm giving it a 4.0.
Okay.
Because I feel like both women can deliver us an astounding match with each other that's better than this.
Yeah.
It wasn't bad. It
wasn't bad at all.
Really
it
good.
Wasn't bad. A 4 out of 5 or a 4.1 out of 5 is not a bad match. You know what I mean? So
it was really good.
Yeah.
Also, I apologize. I mixed up the match order. This is actually the second match of the night. The first match of the night was Jungle Jack Perry teaming up with Brodito. Right?
No.
Bandito. Sorry, Bandito.
And Darby.
And Darby.
Yeah.
Versus the 3 members of the Don Callis family, which included...
This is fun.
Yep.
This is fun.
Davis, right?
Yeah.
The one of the greatest wrestlers in the world, right? I'm always pronouncing his name wrong. But you know who I'm going to address.
Go ahead and try it again. Who exactly are you speaking of?
Eladio. Yeah. Did I get it right?
You said who?
I said Eladio. Eladio.
Andrade El Idolo.
El Idolo. Oh my
God. Bro.
El Idolo. It's the first time I've heard the Spanish name quite like that, where it's like
I wasn't gonna let you get off with that shit.
Yeah,
and then
Andrade. Andrade. I know. That right. And then and the third competitor in this situation was Takeshita. Yeah, I gotta say, man, like, this match was fucking golden.
Yeah.
Like,
yeah.
Fucking bar for bar, these gentlemen pulled out their best bits. Takeshita did like 2 reverse roll. It was on Darby Allin, right? Because Darby Allin, I love the psychology of Andrade leaving the match early and being super dismissive.
Yeah. Which
pisses Darby Allin off, and he's like,
you don't even want to do this.
Stop! Shit. Stop being a punk ass. And suck it up to Don Callis, come out here and fucking wrestle. And then, like, while he's got his back turned, then you get, Takeshita just wraps his arm around him, rolls him back, German release.
Yep. That shit
you feel
was
me?
crazy.
That was fucking
that shit was
dope.
Crazy. No, Takeshita's a beast, man, like, just in general. But then you look at, I just like the mix of talent in this match. It was pretty fucking crazy when you look at, like you said, Bandito in this thing, and him and Andrade just had a match not that long ago that was really, really good. So their chemistry is really good. And then Darby's just Darby. You know what I'm saying?
Darby being Darby. Now, Brody King was supposed to be in this match, but unfortunately he was taken out due to personal reasons.
Yeah, he had his friend's funeral, I believe.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, so you know that's most definitely.
Sorry for your loss, King, if you heard me.
Condolences.
Yeah, no, sure. Real talk.
But no, overall, I really enjoyed this match. It was one of those things to where it's like when you get You can, and this is a compliment to the Don Callis family. This is something I strive for our group as well. It's like you could take any combination of the Don Callis family, put them together, and they're fucking legit. You know what I mean?
It's smooth like butter.
Yeah.
It's like they're a machine.
So I'm really like high on like that faction and what they do, especially in AEW. And I like how they're becoming intricate parts of different things and different storylines, and it's not just they're committed to one thing. There's so many of them that it's like, especially if you're AEW and it's like sports team related a lot of the time with them and how they book, that stuff like this works, especially when you have two shows, right?
Oh yeah.
So it just really it's working. I really commend AEW for how they use the Don Callis family on the in-ring aspect too. But this match was just fun in general, and it was surprising for me because I didn't expect the heels to win this one, to tell you the truth.
And they won it clean.
Yeah, clean.
There is no dirty anything going. It was all just competition, and then Andrade hits his signature move on Jack Perry.
Yep.
After Jack Perry just getting worn the fuck down.
Yep.
And 1, 2, 3, clean in the middle of the ring.
Clean.
And you know what? I think it's important for heels to win a clean match every now and then, because you know what I mean. It reminds you that they are actually good. Like in particular, the Don Callis prides himself on them being very good at what they do.
Mm-hmm.
And the only time that you'll see them cheat, usually, this is what I picked up on this, it's usually because it's personal. Like, they, like...
That's a good point.
Don Callis...
That's a good point.
...fucking hated Kenny Omega.
Yeah.
So, of course, he's gonna, like...
Yeah.
Yes.
He's gonna go out the way.
And not just so they could win, but so they could actually hurt him.
Yeah.
You know, and that's good fucking writing.
He's gonna go out his way to make sure, you feel what I'm saying?
The thing
that's
that...
crazy.
Yeah.
That's real.
And the thing that makes him a villain is, like... You know, he'll force people to join his team through like illicit means. You know, have shit hanging over their heads, taking bounties for people and jumping them outside the ring.
Yeah.
But it's nice to be reminded. It's like no, like you actually can get this smoke. We are not that there's anything wrong with like the traditional cowardly heel, but like this is such a cool turn right here. So yeah, 1, 2, 3 done.
1, 2, 3 done. You feel what I'm saying? And yeah, it also puts into perspective like, okay, Darby is not guaranteed to beat Andrade.
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying? Like, that's the thing. We all love Darby. We all want to see him kind of succeed. He could lose this match. Because Andrade's been he's not even low-key on fire. He's been fire ever since he's come back. And I just think it's a matter of time before he's competing for the World Championship. So this could go either way.
I agree.
That could go either way. It's not just assumed that it's Darby. And then also, Andrade getting the pin on Jack, if anything, also puts him in contention for that national championship down the line as well, because he got that pin. So there's multiple things.
Oh yeah,
you know.
It's like it in a way. Darby was protected because he wasn't pinned. You know, which is smart booking.
Yeah, and that's why I also say it can go either way on that too.
And Andrade looks super strong because he picked up the victory in general. So, like, this is not a bad look for anyone, not even for Jack.
Not at all.
Like, Jack has got huge momentum. He's well loved.
Yep.
He can take a pin.
Yeah,
it's fine.
And like I said, this opens the door for something with Jack and Andrade 1-on-1, which is like. That's going to be a barn burner.
It's going to be spectacular when that goes down.
What would you rate this?
Man, I give this one all the competing players and all that. I'm going to go ahead and give this a 4.2, sir. This was good.
I'll go a little higher. I'll give it a 4.3. I think that the action was justified. I think that, all 6 guys were hidden. And like I said again, also, the thing, I gave it the 4.3 too because of the Takeshita and Okada situation, right? Which I was like, finally, we're getting there, right? And afterwards, going forward into the show, we kind of got the roadmap of what we're doing with these guys. So this is interesting to me. We'll cover that.
We'll talk about that interview promo later.
Yeah. What's next?
All right, next up, let's see. Actually, wait, that might actually be this conversation with. Actually, no, it's Chris Jericho.
Mm-hmm.
Chris Jericho comes out to talk about how much he loves AEW, how he's the founding champion. He would do anything. So basically, he's turning face for real instead of being the ironic heel face that he was with the Alert Entry. And then the demand comes out, and this is huge for Ricochet.
This is big. This is
very
big.
Ricochet's like, you should just retire. I respect everything you've done, but you should just leave because I'm the man now.
Yeah.
And then Chris Jericho's like, you know what? And then he did something I didn't expect. You're on the list.
Hey, you know,
and I was like, I didn't
part?
know they could legally do.
You know, I liken me hearing Jericho say you just made the list like for the first time in like 10 years. Me hearing that, it's like, you know, when you got mad at like one of your exes and y'all ain't talked for a long time. You feel what I'm saying? And then she hit you up all of a sudden, and then like one of them times it was like she show you that ass one time for the first time in years, you feel me? And you're like, oh, I remember why I like this shit. Yo, I did. I remember why I liked you. You know what I'm saying? The list, I remember I liked the list. You feel? The list was dope, you know? And it's so, it don't have to be a recurring thing every single week for months and years, but it's something that he could pull out the bag, and it's nice that he can. He's going to do it for the next few weeks, and I can see that.
Oh, yeah.
And I'm looking forward to it. It's
going to be dope.
Yeah, and you know, the energy I felt like in this week, I felt like the energy from the crowd was better.
Oh, yeah.
And I think...
crowd was super responsive.
Super responsive. But again, I don't think anybody knew how to receive Jericho last week. We didn't know what we was getting.
Because he was so quiet.
Yeah.
All he said was, I'm back. And then he like, or I'm home.
But you know what, though? I think maybe they were still trying to figure out what they were going to do, right? And so I like the direction of him coming back as a face and him saying that I don't care where I am on the card. It doesn't matter. I'm just here because I love it here. I want to be here. I want to finish my career here. And like I said, this match with Ricochet on Dynasty, I'm really looking forward to this. This is going to be very good. This is huge. Like you said before, this is huge for Ricochet, but this is also huge for Jericho.
Yes.
You know, he's in the best shape I've seen him in a very long time. It looks like he's going to put on some damn good matches, and it looks like he's ready to do that. And I feel like this Ricochet match it's not make or break, but I feel like this could really show us the Jericho that we're going to get for the next couple of years.
Yes.
And if they nail this, they could steal the show. They really could.
Be the best match on the card.
When you look at the two involved,
like, my God,
there's like, potential there for it.
Like one of the dopest veterans operating today in the ring, versus one of the most amazing athletes
just ever
working today, ever in the ring.
Period. Yeah.
Like, you can't go wrong.
Yeah, so that's what I'm saying.
The Lion Salt versus the 450.
Yeah.
Holy shit.
I'm looking forward to this. This is a huge add-on to Dynasty. It's gonna be crazy. It's gonna be crazy.
Like, they're spoiling us at this point.
Yeah.
But after that wonderful promo, it's like, you're on the list. I like how, like, you know, the tensions were cool. Who's like, look, man, if we were gonna hurt you, we'd have been. You know, we're not gonna jump you. And like, surprisingly, after Jericho signs anyway, they don't jump him.
They don't jump him.
They just respect him enough to let him leave.
And then, you know, cool. I think Ricochet wants to beat Jericho. I don't think he wants to beat up Jericho. You know what I'm saying? Especially a few days before the pay-per-view. I think he wants to prove a point.
Fair and square. I'm the best.
Yeah, I think, you know, and that's on brand with Ricochet. I think he wants to prove that he's the guy.
Hell yeah. So, no, absolutely. Yeah. Like, there's no more pulling out the brass knucks and whooping you with it. He's gone past that phase. Man. He's like, yeah, I'm going to beat you fair and square.
Shout out to Ricochet.
Good
friend of this group.
Hell yeah. Always be respected over here.
Yeah, facts.
So we have the promo backstage Well, you have the Don Callis family, and they're talking to Lexi, and essentially, like Don Callis talks about how, like, unfortunately, Kyle Fletcher is injured.
That's super unfortunate too. Get better, Kyle. Get better.
Like, and so because of this, his belt is now up for grabs. And I'm just like, well, I'm disappointed because I was looking forward to a nice run for him to have it, but that's okay. That's okay.
I felt like this run was going to be fire.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
And then, Takeshita basically is like, hey, I want Okada's belt, and then Don Callis is like, all right, tell you what, I'm going to give you the opportunity to wrestle each other one last time, but before you do it, I need the two of you to team up and beat the Young Bucks.
Gotta beat the Bucks.
Then I'll let you wrestle each other and get this out of your system.
At Double or Nothing, yeah.
Such a cool storyline. Like, and I like how, like, they're taking their time with it. They're building on the fracturing slowly. Like, I kind of have a feeling that Don Callis is just going to turn on Takeshita at some point because Takeshita is becoming a face, and Okada was the most recent recruit. And Don Callis strikes me as the kind of character that's out with the old, in with the new.
Yeah,
especially what have you
done for me lately?
Yeah, especially when the old is starting to, like, become difficult to work with.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, I can see
and Takeshita is starting to push back a little too much, I think, for Don Callis to stay. Like, he gonna hope it's over with after this match, and then it's not gonna be, and then Don Callis is gonna have to hit that man in the head with the chair and be like, hey, sometimes you gotta put horses down. That's exactly what he's gonna say.
He's gonna approach. I can see
we can see it coming a mile away.
I can see that being his approach for sure.
He was a thoroughbred, but we just had to put him out to pasture.
Yeah, I can see him taking that approach for damn sure. I look at this match and I'm just like, especially for the Bucks and Takeshita and Okada, that's gonna be so good. It's gonna be so
dope.
good.
It's gonna be dope as fuck.
Dynasty is such a stacked card, bro. Such a stacked card. And then the crazy, and we'll get into that in a second too, like later in the show, but we still don't know where Swerve is. It's gonna be interesting.
Oh yeah, Swerve's been off TV for
That's what I'm keeping in mind. Go ahead. What's next?
Speaking of the first thing you hear in the next segment is
My shadow knows my story.
Tommaso versus Mascara Dorada.
Oh yeah, this is fire.
Match for the first entrant in the Casino Gauntlet.
Fun.
Right?
This
TNT belt just laying all pretty on the announcer's table. Yeah, this match was dope, man. Like,
Clash of Styles was so crazy, but Tommaso's a true professional. He can work any style anyway. If you watched ROH in the past or anything like that, you kind of already know.
Yes.
His work in NXT was always exceptional. Mascara Dorada's been like fire ever since he came to AEW, bro.
He has been hitting it like
like one of my top luchadors.
Yes.
Like in not even just AEW, but just in wrestling right now. He's dope in ring.
One of the best to do it.
Yeah, like him, Mystico, Bandito, guys like that are really up in the lucha game up in AEW right now. So with this match, it was to determine who was number one entrant for the Casino Gauntlet. I'm sorry, that is going to determine the TNT champion. And for me, I feel like the obvious choice is to put it back on Ciampa.
I agree.
I feel like that's the obvious
lost
choice.
A little too soon.
I agree.
Yeah.
I wasn't mad at Fletcher winning, but at the same time, I was like, yeah, Tommaso could have just kept that. You feel me?
Yeah, I get that they wanted to like continue Fletcher's star build, but it didn't. Yeah, it felt like they could have had the belt on a little longer, especially since like the thing that made it novel was this idea like, yeah, I'm fighting every week. And well, let's see. Fletcher was fighting every week, huh?
He's fighting damn near.
He decided to continue that tradition.
For the most part. For the most part, yeah.
I think maybe...
then I felt like toward the end he started making people earn it a little bit.
Yeah, I think maybe like Fletcher, Okada teaming up for a little while would have been okay. Instead of giving him the belt right away. Let's give it to Tommaso a little bit longer. But that's, you know what? I 450 splash. Tommaso's kicking the fuck out. Like, at that point, I was like, okay. I think I know who winning.
You already know.
I know who's winning this match.
Yeah, but I like the showing that see, the thing about AEW that I like is that they put the spotlight on these guys to give them the ability to show their talent, to where it's like these are evenly fought matches for the most part. So you get Mascara Dorada doing some crazy shit, like some
leg lariats and
come on,
fucking
man.
Just
like,
and that's the least of it. Like this dude was doing.
He was fantastic.
Yeah,
fantastic. So
like
and like I said, Tommaso Ciampa was fantastic too for a fantastic dance partner, I should say, and but we knew.
Yep,
we knew. And so my thing is. We know he's the number one guy in the gauntlet. Does he win it?
I think it would have been smarter and correct to have him win the TNT title. I appreciate the way he looked longingly at the belt after he won via knee to the face. Great DDT and a knee to the face.
Right.
But... And, I'm wondering, is he going to continue to be heel now, or are they going to reverse course that?
With him, I feel like they got the option to go either way this Sunday. I feel like they can kind of dictate a direction.
The moment that he took with that title, I feel like that builds empathy for his character. Like, we're supposed to want him to want that belt.
Okay.
It felt very face-like, very protagonist-like to me when he just stops and looks at it lovingly.
I can see that.
Like, I'm like,
I can see
like he didn't pull out a chair and beat Dorada's ass. He just looked lovingly at the belt. I'm like, clearly y'all are setting this up to make him a hero. Maybe a hero again. What's going on with Briscoe? Is he out?
I don't know. That's a good question.
Taking a break?
I don't know. I think he might be in the gauntlet. You might see him in the gauntlet. I feel like, but I haven't seen. I haven't seen that he's injured or anything like that.
Yeah, he's.
But again, we haven't seen Swerve in a couple of weeks, so I feel like they're gonna take people in and out of the rotation sometimes and kind of put them where they feel like they need to be. Yeah.
Yeah. Speaking of in and out of rotation, Our guys, the Hurt Syndicate. I almost called them the Hurt Business. Yeah. Forgive me, fellas.
All good.
This Saturday, Collision, and they made an announcement last week that they're hunting for a third member.
Yeah.
Who on earth is that gonna be?
That's gonna be crazy. I don't really know.
Damn sure ain't gonna be MJF, but
nah. I don't know who I don't know who they would pick for that though. I'm thinking about it.
Who would fit?
That's what I'm thinking about. I'm like, who would really fit? I don't know. That's gonna be interesting to figure out.
Yeah, it's a curious thing. Maybe it'll be a complete surprise. Somebody pulled off from another roster elsewhere.
Or somebody we're just not even thinking about right now.
Oh,
yeah. I mean, so I'm kind of like, But we'll think about it.
It's a very curious thing.
Yeah.
So what did you rate this match, out of curiosity?
Good question.
I think it's a 4.3 for me.
I was just about to let you say. I was about to say you go first. I think I'll agree with that. I really enjoyed it thoroughly.
Yeah. This match was fucking spectacular.
Yeah, congratulations to both of them dudes. They put in that work. But I think Ciampa has a good shot of winning. He has a good shot.
I agree.
Yeah.
I agree.
I could see him running the gauntlet.
And then he'd be champion for hell long after that. Like, they better just let him sit on that shit for like a good 4, 5, 6 months.
Yeah, I can see him running it.
Especially if he goes through that gauntlet like that.
Yeah.
So next up, after that, wonderful match. The Dogs have a promo.
Mm-hmm.
And they're basically talking their trash, but the camera reveals they already have beaten the crap out of Orange Cassidy and Roger Strong. Just laying there on the ground.
Yeah.
Laid out.
So you know that's coming.
Yep. That's coming. That get back is gonna be something else.
Yeah.
So then we have Tekla just being a toxic spider that she is, giving her promo.
Shout out to Tekla.
Like nothing major to be said
she
here.
Usually does.
She does what she usually does.
What she usually does, which is
threatening
shit
Jamie
along.
Hayter.
Exactly. Moving shit along.
Yeah.
Getting shit set up, getting it cracking. But nothing too special, nothing too crazy. But we know the direction. So her and Jamie Hayter, I was talking about Jamie Hayter like last week and what I thought of her. As she's always somebody who's like a legitimate contender. Like to be, and here we go, So there you go.
There we have it. Yeah. This has got to be. This is like. This was a good segment for the night. We have Edge.
Okay, this is fun.
Adam Cope and Christian Cage come out. It always weirds me out that we can call Christian, but we can't call Adam Edge.
Well, he added the cage to the end of it, so it's kind of different.
It's kind of different. You're right. But Cage and Cope come out, and like Cage is looking his usual asshole self, and like Cope is doing most of the talking, and he's basically just like. He does this interesting thing here where, like, he's like, yeah, you guys are mad because you felt like you were in my shadow, blah, 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 blah. But that's just the reality. He went in the direction I didn't expect him to go. He said, that's just the truth. And then Christian Cage is like...
I fucked y'all mamas.
Yeah.
I fucked both y'all
visited both. And don't worry, Stoke.
Yours is next.
Only difference is we're gonna be tag team champions when I go fuck your mom.
Yeah.
Like, oh my god!
I was like, damn.
And right then and there, FTR and Stokes come out. Stokes got the mic in hand. That was so fucking crazy. And then lo and behold, behind Cope and Christian are the 2 Don Callis family members they laid out last week just for hanging out in FTR's dressing room.
Yeah.
And it was one of those rare moments where I'm like, I know y'all the faces, but you kind of had it coming to you.
You kind of had that receipt.
Like, you ain't have to attack them with the chairs.
Yeah, you kind of had that receipt coming. That's kind of why I didn't even judge it. I was kind of like, yeah, you niggas kind of did do that to them. And then y'all kind of made a joke out of them niggas, yeah. So
the only thing that makes it heelish is that it was 4-on-2 instead of 2-on-2. Like, shoot the fair one, but other than that,
my nigga Stoke hit.
I get it.
What did you think of Stoke spear? That nigga speared niggas. I was like, damn.
I was so surprised when he did that.
That nigga stoked.
I love that moment where it looked like Christian Cage was about to like pull off the unprettier, and then he just gets shoved into the belt held by Stoke.
Yeah.
Like, there's this moment of hope. Like, oh, the asshole's gonna nope.
And then they put Christian Cage's arm in a chair.
Oh yeah, no, that was about to be that was vicious.
That was ugly. That's why I was like, damn, yeah, he's gonna most definitely have a cast on Sunday.
Oh yeah.
He's most definitely gonna clock one of them niggas in their head. And they most definitely, I feel like, are gonna win the tag titles. I think that Kobe
against all odds, for real.
I think they'll win it.
I agree.
But I really enjoyed that segment. That was fun.
That was so fun. And then don't worry, Stokes, so you don't feel left out. I'm coming to fuck yours too.
Yep.
Only difference is we're gonna be champions.
Yeah. I was like, damn, hey.
So after this, we got the main event, the Canadian Chaos match, United Empire versus the Death Riders. Like, before everyone can get in the ring, it's straight mayhem. And the Death Riders are beating the fuck out of... And I get it because United Kingdom, essentially, or Kingdom United, essentially had the upper hand in the brawl. So this is like the get back for the Death Riders here. Yeah. And, it's weird because I'll be honest, it's the first time where I'm watching the Death Riders like wrestle another group, and I'm not exactly rooting for either side because they've evolved a bit, and we've talked about this last week, but they kind of have evolved from like being just super villainous heels into being tweeners that are kind of minding their own business. And Mox has evolved into a face where he's just like, yeah, I did it for y'all, the fans, and for the wrestlers, and I made everyone mad because I wanted them to be better, and this is what I wanted. And then like he's being the mature person in the room by telling like, Osprey, like, dude, don't make this personal, okay? Don't even we trying to, back off, Yeah, you got your match, but chill out. And Osprey's like, fuck you! Like, everybody's just fucking, like Osprey looks like a madman, and because he's been on TV for so long, it's like we remember what Moxley did to you, but it was so long ago. It feels like. It's like, come on, man. I mean, you're holding this grudge for what? Yeah. It's almost like they swap places until we get to the end of this match. Yeah. And it's like he hit him how many times with the dirty? I want to call it the dirty deeds. I know it's not called the dirty deeds, but you hit him how many times with your signature maneuver? It's like you're trying to break his neck now. Oh shit! And like the fact that they kind of cheated to win because he had two people locking his leg. I'm just like. I honestly don't know who I'm supposed to be rooting for, but that's not a bad thing. Yeah. That's not a negative. That's actually a positive here. Yeah. Like
it was chaos.
Yeah, no, it was total chaos. Yeah. And at the end when they get the win and like the Death Riders are fucking like leaving, it's like they're walking away like they're just like, holy crap, we had to like fight for our lives. And like I think it's kind of cool that like you can sort of see merits in both sides. Like this is awesome. It's
this was really, really good. And, if you were new to the United Empire, you got to see a lot of cool shit, right? Callum Newman, that kid from what is it? The IWGP champ. Mm-hmm. He's fucking good.
Oh yeah, he's fantastic.
He's one of those guys that's like. Fletcher was under that same banner for a while. He's one of those guys in a couple of years that you're going to look at maybe either in New Japan or AEW or both, and he's going to be a major star. He already is because he's the champ there, but it's just pretty cool to see new guys that weren't around last year.
Around now,
so
taking their place in the sun.
Yeah, that's a Tony Khan AEW trademark thing,
Oh hell yeah!
If you were new, you didn't see Hanari in action before. If you hadn't seen Khan or any of these guys in action before, you got to this time, and they all did their damn thing.
I really liked the big man versus big man kind of like play that they were doing with what's his name is Ocon, yeah. and Claudio, where they're going. At first, Claudio's getting a lot of like really good defense, and because people are diving on Claudio, he's catching them in the air. He's like fucking up their whole, turning into suplexes and shit. But then like there's a moment where it turns, where it looks like Claudio is going to like, I think he was going to like drop someone on the table, and then Khan comes in and then like gets the guy off of Claudio. Then fucking headbutts him, spears him right through. It was like, oh shit, yeah, you know what I mean? Like, and the dude is such a beast. He was taking all these hits, and they're just selling how powerful and strong he is, and like, and everybody in Kingdom United is dope as fuck. Yeah, like, dope. Just you've got the protege to Osprey, just showing exactly like the double Osprey cutter.
That shit was hard.
Fuck,
that shit was hard,
dude.
That's why I was like, nah, yeah. Forbidden Door is gonna be fire because I know we're gonna see them again at Forbidden Door. Like that shit's gonna be fire, and that's kind of like these next few months. You got like Dynasty, Double or Nothing, Forbidden Door. God, these pay-per-views are gonna be fucking fire.
Fuck yeah.
And then that goes into All In and all it. Oh my God, their pay-per-view calendar is so stupid. WWE can't even get WrestleMania right. Like, it's crazy. Like it's crazy.
2 days in an event and they still can't.
Bruh,
like...
how do you have your biggest star telling you niggas on live TV to lower your ticket prices?
Woo!
Like that's bad, bro. That's bad. Almost as bad as be like having to fucking chase somebody like pay niggas. All right, anyway. I'm like, anyway.
That is pretty bad.
That's pretty bad either way it go. But what would you rate this match, man?
Man, I give this this is a 4.5 from me.
I'll agree. And I also think this was a great gateway to where we're going with Moxley and Ospreay. And I was wrong. Apparently, this is going to be for the Continental Championship, which is interesting. I do not have Moxley winning this match on Sunday.
No, I don't.
So, I think we're going to have a new Continental Champion, which I'm not mad at, but then that gives me... That makes me question what happens at All In. Because I don't know if we're going to have Ospreay with a short reign as Continental Champion. Right? So, I've always thought the design was Ospreay, MJF at All In.
Yeah.
Now, does Ospreay go in as Continental Champion
and get a double?
And get double?
You know who I really think is gonna go after it and take it from MJF?
Who?
It was foreshadowed months ago. You know, the boss man, not the boss man. They don't call him the boss man, but I honestly would be shocked if MVP's
Bobby Lashley,
isn't gonna do this. You know, Bobby's not gonna do it. I just feel like they need to pay that earlier interaction.
So here's my thing about that, right? If we're gonna do that, I expect Bobby to absolutely smash through this dude, like, cause it's just doable. Right? Mm-hmm. It's just doable. I've seen him do it to The Miz. Yeah. I've seen him do it to become WWE champion. I've seen him do it. I'm not saying it needs to be a squash or anything like that, but I don't expect Bobby to lose.
Same.
You get what I'm saying?
That's
the biggest thing.
That's who I expect to take it off MJF. Honestly,
I still would think it would be Ospreay, to tell you the truth. Yeah. I just I look at the All In situation and I'm like, in the UK. All In, it kind of writes itself.
I hear you, but if he's gonna be Continental Champion,
but that's what throws me off about it is okay, we're only in April.
Yeah,
a lot can happen in 3 months. So let me not jump to conclusions. Right, a lot can happen. He could drop the belt before then, and it'd be logical, and he could, it could. And he could literally drop the belt. Well, no, he can't. Not with Continental rules, because I was saying he could drop the belt because of MJF. No, he can't because in Continental rules,
right,
there are no interferences.
Correct.
But overall, I like the roadmap and the nothing's guaranteedness of all this.
Agreed.
But overall, 4.5 for the match for sure. And then the close.
Ooh, this was good.
To close out, we got Kenny Omega.
Yep.
Speaking his mind.
Talking about how important the fans are to him. He actually talks at length too about how he was trying to figure out what it was that MJF said that got under his skin so bad. Because he's like, well, it could have been the Ibushi thing, nothing to be ashamed of there. Could have been my diverticulitis, because ultimately I have a clean bill of health, but also admittedly in the beginning it felt really good to have people bring up like to give me praise for fighting through that and everything, but it got a little old and boohoo, woe is me. It was just like, it's something else that's bothering me about this whole MJ. It's the idea that like the fans have called me the wrestling god and all these things. I've never called myself that.
Yeah.
And the pressure I put on myself to live up to that because it's important to honor the fan. And we have a guy who's champion who doesn't really care about y'all, basically. So I want to take that belt back for the sake of y'all, basically, is essentially his argument. And then MJF comes, he's like, MJF can't beat me. He's all talk, right? He's good on the mic, but he's not as good in the ring as me. And he summons the devil himself. Like, we knew it was going to come.
Of course.
Now, they have their exchange. MJF goes, he talks his shit, he's like, da da da. And then, like, Kenny's like, look, man, like, this is going to be the last time we get to show each other some respect. Shake hands. Extends the hand. MJF turns around, goes for the clothesline, and Kenny Omega ducks. Now, I thought if they had physical contact before the World Championship match, it'd be all thrown out the window.
Thrown out, yeah.
Clearly, that's got to be addressed at some point. But
yeah, for sure.
But
unless they're like, fuck it, we're already here, right?
But Kenny ducks, fucking knee to the face, takes that ring of his.
Takes that ring. And that's interesting to me because then it feels like, okay, you've taken one of MJF's primary weapons. Shit, he's won like 4 or 5 of them shits, though. So it's like, I'm pretty sure he got a spare one.
Got a whole brass nut set.
You know what I'm saying? Like, so I don't...
With the Burberry logo on each bit.
Yeah. So that's why I'm kind of like, man, I don't know what effect that's supposed to have all the way, but very good segment.
Yeah, it did look really cool.
Yeah, it really did. And, I'm intrigued. I'm intrigued by what's going to happen on Sunday. Because, like I said before, you'd be a fucking fool to ever really bet it completely against Kenny Omega.
You would.
But there's just some underlying things because I could see it going either way. This is the most Jeopardy I think MJF's been in that is like legit to where it's like I could see him losing. But I could also see MJF winning either by nefarious means on his own. Or I think we might see Swerve. Like, we haven't seen him in a couple weeks. And Tony usually likes to put Swerve in these positions to where it's like, especially now he's a heel. I don't think he's completely over losing to Kenny Omega for that number 1 contenders versus EVP power spot.
No.
I don't think we're done there. I think that we're going to get one more match and I think it's gonna be fucking gruesome.
Yeah, I can totally see Swerve coming in and interfering, costing Kenny the match.
Yeah.
And
yeah, no, seriously.
Yeah, no, that's totally how this is gonna go down.
I literally just am like, that's what I feel like is gonna happen. But I think we're gonna get a classic before that does happen. Like for sure, between the two, Kenny and MJF. So
agreed.
Great show.
Knockdown, drag out wrestling.
I thought this was an extremely solid go-home show. Really good wrestling bits. Like you said, it wasn't too much wrestling, but
the matches were all
really good. They were all really good. But the story beats were there. Everything was there. Everything we needed to get excited for Dynasty was there. So overall, what would you rate the show?
This show's like a 4.4.
I'll give it I'll be a little less generous and give it a 4.3, but I did enjoy it. Very solid show, like I said, top to bottom, nothing really bad. Got to see some new talent. Got to, like I said, get excited for a lot of the things that are coming. The Gauntlet, tag team titles, the Continental Championship situation, the Bucks and Takeshita and Okada. It's gonna be crazy. Yeah. It's gonna be crazy. But that's Sunday. Looking forward to it. We'll be back next week for that. Before we go, though, you already know the routine. My brother, tell them where to find you, what you need to plug, all that.
Joaquin_Xavier. You can check out our collaborative work at Unhealthy Comedian, which is available on Amazon. We both shot it. We both acted in it. You could check us out here on Sicko Mode, on TKC
YouTube
channel. And that's all I'm plugging this week.
Ah, my man. All right, so you leaving it to me. All right, so you already know it's Go to Work Fitness on YouTube, Go to Work Fitness on Instagram. Evan LG Francis on Facebook. You already know it's TKC Wrestling on Instagram. Check out our YouTube page, which you're watching this on right now. You know, Sicko Mode. Check out all the good matches, promos. We got great stuff going on this weekend and next weekend. Massachusetts, the breadwinners debuting this weekend in your city. It's going down TKC way. Then next week we're over there in Las Vegas for Mania weekend. Shout out to Ozzy Gates, SOS, Cash Cartier, G4, all of them, man, doing their damn thing out there. Big things coming up in at the end of the month. SOS versus Brittany Brooks and freaking Gigi Dolan. Priscilla Kelly, you know what I'm saying? That's going to be huge for her. Number one contendership for the AWF Women's Championship. I think this is her time, man. I really feel like this is her time.
Agreed.
But beyond that, man, like you said, Unhealthy Comedian. Check that out. Amazon Tubi Plex. Amazon's where we get the Reziz from, so check it out on there, please. And then beyond that, I'm good, man. Like, I'm excited for this weekend. I'm excited for Sunday. WrestleMania season is ass. Like, it's a lot going on, man. It's cheeks this year, bro. I'm not gonna lie to you. It's straight cheeks. Like, this shit is straight cheeks. Like, if it wasn't for AEW right now, bro, I wouldn't even be fucking with this shit right now. I'd just be doing it. I wouldn't be even watching this shit.
Lord.
But, like, nah, it's ass right now. Like, straight ass. And then you asking for people to pay out they fucking budget for, for these tickets and shit. Like, you could sit on top of the fucking WrestleMania fucking Titantron sign thing, like, for like 20,000 a ticket or some shit. God. Like, I'm like, get the fuck out of here, bro. You like, this is some dumb shit.
Who can afford that? Like, oh Lord.
I don't know. They did this shit in Vegas. I was like, bro, what
How
the
many
fuck
people
did
they get a full crowd?
I was like, and the crazy thing
must have been every
is,
rich person that ever existed just said, all right, here we go.
And I can't stand the nigga for the last few years he was around, and he's a disgusting bitch. But at the same time, I was like, Vince would never. You feel what I'm saying? I'm like, he would never. You feel what I'm saying? But we ain't there. We in the TKO land. But thank God for Tony Khan and AEW. Excited for Dynasty. We know it's gonna be a fire show, and you already know we're gonna be here next week to review it. We're gonna be here next week to review Dynamite. We're gonna give our opinions. We're gonna do the damn thing. We're gonna keep on kicking everybody's ass around the nation till they already know what y'all know and what we'll keep saying every single week. Because first off, if you didn't know, it's TKC for life, for L, baby. But it's only for one reason. These kings wear crowns
over here.
We'll see you next week. Yeah, man. All good. Yeah.